Oh, that dude's that one particular had the most mind face I've ever seen. I've always hated my people after all. Oh, what a scumbag. I love it. You know what? Here's the thing. He's not gonna live, right? But I have to respect someone who at least values their life. You know what? This dude's a fucking demon. I'm out. Respect. So physically, he's gonna be in eternal pain, and mentally, whatever she's doing here is gonna mentally fuck him. So basically, he's collecting his former teammates like Pokemon to trap in an eternal pain pit as he figures out what to do. Ooh, damn. Oh boy. Oh my god. What the fuck? She fucking throated that boy. Holy shit. If you got this far in the video, you know what to do. Drop that like, share, support, subscribe. If you're new around here and you know Patrons, where you're going to catch my full live reactions to all these episodes and more, which also helps fund the channel and videos just like the one you're watching. So this face right here, Sasha, was actually one of the more pleasant faces she had in this episode, which says a hell of a lot, you know? But when you have a man just seeking revenge, right? He's someone who's so down bad for revenge, like drooling at the thought of it. He's willing to give up his right hand to do it, right? To make people suffer essentially a painful death for all eternity, because that's more or less what he forced them to deal with. He's not killing anyone, but from the way they explain it and the visuals we have seen, it's pretty easy to assume they are pretty much experiencing a slow, painful death over and over and over again. And if there ever comes a point where they might die from just pure shock of pain, they're going to get hit with that full health potion real lickety-split. And I mean, here's the thing. If at any point in your life, you come face to face with someone who can look at the most heinous shit known to man and has a grin like they're unwrapping their Christmas presents, there's nothing you can really do other than probably wet yourself and beg for your life. And this is why, as much as people are gonna clown on Bozo here for like saying, hey, fuck this bitch here, you want to destroy the kingdom, I'm right there with you, boss. He had the right idea. Now, do I think he's some great guy because of this? Oh, absolutely not. He was completely selfish. But this is what you should do in this moment. She tried to use her body, which, hey, maybe it would work if he wasn't surrounded by a bunch of beauties and she hadn't already been cackling like a maniac, like, I always hate the humans. Like, maybe she could have secured a potential W there. This boy's like, hey, was not involved in your betrayal. I seen the light. You the man. He had the right idea. See, unfortunately for him, though, didn't really do too much, you know? And to be honest, this is also one of the more tame things we see in this episode. And I'm really hoping we get to see a season 2 because we have yet to see what physically the pupper as well as now elven bitch look like. But apparently he's thrown them all in the dungeon, deepest part of his dungeon, and just eternally making them suffer. And that's an insane thing to say. One thing I do want to highlight. So we see here, this weapon, apparently he was rolling with mom's credit card for years, and this is like the best thing he got. There's only one item in his possession that has this ranking, right? And it's so powerful, we had to put a bunch of seals on it. And we saw, when he uses it, his arm was getting very messed up. I saw people last week. Now, I saw some people just be like, I didn't like it for blah, blah, blah. But then I've seen people say it's bad writing because it's so stupid and idiotic for him to sacrifice his arm when he could. My brothers in Christ, this is a man on a revenge tour. He's not thinking logically. After this episode, he probably isn't going to use it until he absolutely has to. But the entire point was to make them suffer as hard as he could. He could have them do it at any point, right? But the whole reason he put himself through this is because he wanted the satisfaction. It doesn't make him crazy and a lunatic? Sure, go ahead and say that. But there's a reason why this revenge came off as savage as it did, is because he was having fun with it, and he was okay losing half his body if it meant seeing this bitch squirm. And that's insane. Now, granted, after this, probably we're not going to see him use it. My gut impression says either the end of the story or the next time there's actually something that is pushing his people back. Which you might want to say, is there anything that could? Hell, the world doesn't think a character like him should exist. Who am I to say there couldn't be other characters in this world that could potentially also seem like overpowered? You never know, right? But I don't think it's bad writing. I think it's actually great writing to showcase how fucking deranged he was, that he was okay sacrificing just because he wanted the pleasure of hurting them to the maximum, that he was okay hurting himself to the maximum to do so. It's insane. Though I do love the fact that they come rolling up in the cavalry squad. They do the first one as a warning and they say, hey, listen, unless you want the second one to drop down on you, you best stand down. And, you know, unlike our own world, we only had to do one blast, but holy hell was that feisty. It's insane, though, because obviously I knew they were going to do something with this. I assumed we were going to just take over the castle and stuff. Instead, we basically keep her on the throne, but she's our puppet to manipulate. Humans are all free now here. And basically, I'm starting to think that it's going to be like some big-ass game of Civilization, but we're going to keep every goddamn political leader for the most part in their power, because just by simply replacing it, we might feel too tyrannish to your average person. So by keeping, like, you know, the concept of elves probably hating the fact that their elven queen freed all humans, all that hostility is going to be targeted towards her as we're manipulating behind the scenes. If we were just the one to take it over, sure, we could defend ourselves till the cows come home. But by basically forcing each political leader to essentially do our bidding, that's even more genius than I was giving credit. And I still think this is one of the most wholesome things, the fact that they took the most generic thug-like design and made them like just these wholesome guys who fight over who gets to protect the children the most, and they're completely innocent and wholesome. I think that's just wonderful. And I think probably this shot here represents, like, over time, you're just gonna see this full, like, expand. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Tensura. You know how Rimuru's village started out small and then with every season you just see it get progressively larger? I generally imagine that's going to happen here. The tower's going to be the main start of it, and everything's just going to fill out along the way, and our territory is going to expand. And I think that's pretty freaking wonderful. Overall, though, this was a great watch. I don't think it was perfect every single week, but damn, the second half of this show just absolutely nailed it. And I think the first half had a lot of really enjoyable things too. I think the action was consistently great. And to be honest, for a revenge tour style anime, it's really impressive how it never felt edgy in the way that, oh my god, this is such piss poor hot topic writing. It's like, oh, the edge is intentional, and you actually see why the character is being so edgy given what he went through. So one of the better revenge edgy shows that I've seen in some time, and I really hope to see a season 2 in the future. Let me know your thoughts down below, either on the last episode or the season as a whole, and do you want to see a season 2? Let me know. Drop a like, share, support, subscribe if you're new around here. And of course, Patreon for live reactions and exclusives. Like, also love to give video shoutouts to my patrons, because without them, these videos wouldn't be possible. So today we got Blue Buddy, LA Ray, Plato's Chicken, Jimmy Carroll, Rom Was Taken, Holmes, and we also have Mira via Sorry. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.